Alliance fans out.
Help the Alliance fans, all right.
Yeah.
When Young 11 is on Pangolier, he looks always really good, but he's playing into Jug, he's playing into Beastmaster, matchup that no Pangolier player wants to play. Like, it's also similar to Grimstroke. I'm slightly favoring Alliance's draft here.
Yay! How about you, Owen?
I think the Weaver's going to have a pretty good time, but you know, maybe if the Alliance can sort of hit that timing, start running them, and get the Jug involved early, they're going to have a shot of dealing with that. And as Lacoste was saying, it's all about controlling this Pangolier. We've seen it so many times. This Pango just getting out of control.
Well, I am looking forward to hearing you talk more about it in the game. Enjoy.
Thank you very much, Shiv. Yeah, it should be an exciting one. Alliance versus VG Gaming. I mean, sort of, what else do you expect from these two teams coming into this game, Lacoste, from what we've seen so far here at the Major?
Alliance looked a bit shaky today, but with the draft like this, I feel like they can bounce back. Also, let's talk about the itemization, Owen. Jug? Hand of Midas, yes or no?
Oh, I'm sure Nico Baby was watching that game earlier, unless they were playing a series at the same time, as they might have been doing so. And he's probably thinking to himself, oh, I wouldn't mind that. Wouldn't mind a bit of extra gold, bit of extra fun. We'll see if he goes that way. Hasn't normally
be played at right now. You need to, like, he's super scary. Like level 1, level 2, Rocket Barrage, once you hit that level 3, a lot of damage. You want to have Hero isolated to deal more damage with Rocket Barrage. But the thing is, if you don't like succeed doing so much in the laning stage, the hero kind of falls off.
We'll see what sort of lane setup they're going to be playing into. Looks like Nico Baby and FNG will be starting bottom against this old 11 PYW Pango Mirana lane.
Okay, make with the killing.
Also being spotted out by that ward, but VG Gaming were able to get up on the high ground. Know the lane matchups themselves. S4 once again on his Beastmaster, one of the ones that he was incredibly solid on throughout the Regions League. Try and bring out that top performance here. Teams such as VG Gaming.
A lot of slow in the top lane, tag team, plus slow from the boar should be really good. I don't think they can just go on Weaver, but they could potentially go on Elder Titan, who is not as speedy, just that extra slow. Also, I see Tusk trying to get the Orb of Corrosion, which I really like. Like, this item is, I'm not gonna say must-have, but always feels good to have. Gives you tankiness, gives you that slow, extra slow, gives you that extra minus armor. You can pretty much, nice kill by Handskin. Boots of speed, gets the courier, drags the creep wave back.
You want nothing he can do about that? Quick camp yet to spawn, actually ends up getting blocked. Two of them walking by. Bottom lane, Sentry already down, trying to stop any chance of VG Gaming taking away lane control as Nico Baby and FMG hold it. In a position that does allow Nico Baby to farm pretty well against the two of them. See how much the Pango's able to get in his face early on and mess with him with the disarms.
This should be favorite matchup for Pangolier, because he needs to be a bit careful using the Swashbuckle, especially at the early levels, because it's a 20-second cooldown. You get out of the comfort zone, you jump in. There could be a rocket into spin, but once you get level 2, you start putting pressure on the Juggernaut. Considering how lucky you are with the lucky shot, there's a ton of kill potential. PYW uses the leap charge, kills the healing ward.
And FNG, how much mana replenishers he got down here? He's got another Mango and a Clarity. So we're really burning through those early consumables, just trying to do his best to harass the two of them.
I don't think they threaten a kill on Pango unless Pango really overextends and makes a mistake. Two very mobile heroes, so they don't care too much about Rocket Barrage. They can get out of the Rocket Barrage easily. They can get out of the Blade Fury, and they can start putting some pressure on the Juggernaut, especially if FNG will pull the creep wave. PYW has that arrow, but unfortunately Sentry Ward is blocking the big camp. If he wants to get the most out of it, he plays the Sentry and try to de-ward it. There we go.
He's going to be able to find that. Take that one out before I say that. Actually doesn't. Old 11's got it.
Yeah, FNG will probably just body block it. Does not want to give Mirana extra gold, extra experience coming up from that, and that's exactly what he's doing.
And likewise up top, Handskin making sure that DY is not able to set anything up around the camps. He's able to step outside of the stomp, and of course with the two of them, the boar helping out. Hans can able to give a good punch into DY, sending him out of the lane and getting a bit of space for S4. The creep wave will start to push in against Alliance, so S4 be able to get a good bit of farm. It's the one furthest behind at the moment out of the lane setups, but to be expected with the matchups that are at hand.
Once again, going for the courier on the top lane, will be able to get it. Good micro from Beastmaster. Sets a Hawk near the tier 2 tower to see the rotation coming up from the couriers. Sends a boar inside the jungle to see if they're stacking already.
Four-minute runes, of course, close team supports. Heading over to try and do something about it. FNG fending off PYW. Missiles coming over. Ori is going to be able to dodge that. But Limp will still be the one to grab the rune, and it is that double damage. Always one of the favourites for a Void Spirit. 4 minutes in. Huge amount of kill potential.
Yeah, Limp actually destroying the mid lane. Has 10 more CS. Me personally slightly favoring Void Spirit in this matchup. Void Spirit just feels like the strongest spirit pretty much. Arrow misses. Like his attack animation and the base attack time is just too good.
No chance of PYW able to make that rotation onto mid. It's tricky to grab the Void Spirit with the arrows. And with that ward up on the high ground that Vici Gaming do have inside the mid lane, quite enough to find the perfect angle. On lane, I'll let him make the pull around. FNG's trying to stick around aggressive for the bounty rune. And he's not going to be able to get it. Again, Ori, very nicely done with these sleight of fist dodges. And he may just be able to get a kill out of this as well. The arrow comes
he does
out.
not need a setup like BYW. It should be a good Mirana game as well, because they have like Stomp into Arrow, they have Rolling Thunder, possibly a setup, and most importantly, Searing Chains from the Ember Spirit. A bit disappointed, you know, I see Battle Fury queued up by Nico Baby, no Hand of Midas this time around.
Aye, but the Battle Fury helps you farm the Midas quicker, if you want to go that route.
I think it should be the other way around. Oh, and we're just kidding, there's no Hand of Midas into Battle Fury unless it's a pop.
There we go, PYW. This is always going to happen. Limp hits the 6, and with the DD rune, pretty much a guaranteed kill on any of the squishies.
They can put some damage on this tower. Vici Gaming using a glyph. Pangolier will be level 6. Nico Baby still level 5.5. Like Pangolier, as I mentioned, should have a decent time in the lane. Should be a bit problematic once there's a roar, because Beastmaster will want to roar Pangolier in the fights to keep him in place, and you always need to be careful about the Omni Slash. But yeah, hold 11. Like, he really knows how to play Pango. It's the same item build always for him, you know, getting that Maelstrom to be able to scale, because you one-shot the creep wave with it, and then getting a Blink Dagger into Yule Scepter, get a Shard, and if the game goes on, get the Abyssal Blade. So I expect him to pretty much go the same build, because with this type of a build, you can use the Rolling Thunder, blink in on someone, turn around, with the Shard, do 180, stun again, Yule Scepter in the air, stun again. So it's like a triple stun with the Rolling Thunder.
See top lane S4, he's one creep away from the level 6. Okay, there's a couple of creeps off. With the XP being split between the three of them, they might not need the roll though, they don't. They're able to just run down and catch out Poyoyo. They have the need for the roll. They have enough stun and control.
Need a tower.
Yeah.
Like, they're putting so much pressure. Beastmaster level 2 aura, they cannot defend this one. And their bottom tower is full HP. This is why Beastmaster is like one of the strongest laners, because he takes over the jungle, even if there are any stacks. How many stacks do they have? 1, 2 camps, 3 camps stacked, so they can also possibly invade that and get some kills. It's easy with the Beastmaster, you know, just to set up the vision. With the Hawk, you control that top part of the map.
If you're looking for Radiant's bottom tower, better hurry.
Vici Gaming catching Limp. Be a little tricky this game. So the most solid of the setups is going to be always finding the chains. So as it is, does get the chains into the arrow. Stomp as well, but not enough
Short range
damage.
arrow. Ori already forced to get out, will TP back the base, use the remnant, full HP, full mana, full bottle.
Tower's about to fall. Can't say he's wrong.
Pengler is super farmed, like he's gonna have that Maelstrom in the next minute. If they decide to make a move on a mid lane, he should be ready with the TP. A bit low on mana, needs to bring out some kind of a region so that he can TP and do something. Also using the swashbuckle on the creep wave. So now he has no mana if he TPs. Like Weaver should not have that easy of a game. Playing into Necrobook, playing into Beastmaster, long duration stuns. They also have, I'm wondering if Void Spirit will go for that Yule Scepter so he can set it up. Yeah, he just queues it up instantly. Because it's a great setup. They have no saves whatsoever. So one good catch, one roar, Weaver should die.
Eco Baby very happy with the space that he's been given. Knows that it's unlikely that VG Gaming is going to come hunting for him in his triangle. VG Gaming with the smoke. Seeing if they can catch Alliance as Alliance back off from VG Gaming's half of the map. FNG and S4. See if Ori gets the catch here. Over to FNG goes. The arrow already comes out. But the chains, on with a stomp and a remnant, will be more than enough to take down FNG. It's the space for S4 to cleanly TP out from top. Quite a big movement from VG Gaming, only resulting in the support gyro kill.
They're fine with that. Juggernaut farming the jungle. Beastmaster has the roar up, a bit low on mana. But if they bring one extra hero, it should be the kill. Rolling Thunder.
A little late without that. As Old Levin's not able to actually get the timing onto Limp. Mars Limp's able to just step up, grab the bounty with top lane. Weaver. He's not going to get the chance to get the time knocks off. He goes down. FNG with a cooldown is actually able to help pick up a second for S4. As they get the two of them.
Yeah, that's what I said 2 minutes ago. Like, they go on Weaver, does not have any kind of saving ability. The hero is very squishy, does not have much HP, and now they're starting to put some pressure on a mid lane. Also, one problem that VG Gaming is going to face is no ability that goes through Magic Immunity, so Juggernaut will always be, you know, able to TP out if he feels that he's in trouble. So far, looking good for Alliance. They took a mid tower, they took the top tower, so they can invade the top part of the jungle. They also have tower on the bottom, which is half HP. Could potentially defend that. Hanskin not level 6 yet. I'm wondering where the tome is. Gyrocopter actually took it, and now he's level 7. Okay.
I mean, FNG's just that he's saying, I'm the boss. You know, I want the levels. I mean, it works.
Good arrow on the mid. Great setup.
What did you learn?
Not an easy kill to get by any means there, that one. So it's going to be tricky to catch Limp. Pushing a bit onto the tower. Of course, VG Gaming's lineup not the greatest of sieging early objectives. Eco Baby, he knows that. Stands his ground. Let's have the creep wave and puts the push to a stop.
Morana ulti. Let's see if they can find anything. Top lane, S4. Yeah, he looks pretty dead. If he shows... they just saw him. They saw the glimpse of him.
Not much escape potential for him at all. As, well, with a couple of the big earths with a thrown out, Old Levin does hold on to Rolling Thunder, knows that it's not necessary. It's all taken out, and in the river, Ori tries to make a move onto Limp, but FNG's going to come charging towards him. Still has a remnant at the ready, so Ori, no danger here to himself. Little time and space for Jug. Eco Baby to keep picking up that farm. He said, Arrow Weaver, and the setup.
It's a lot of damage. Their follow-up catches Morana, unfortunately, but this Astral Step,
one of them. On 11, Anti-White trying to get back in on this, but Hansken blocks him off with the shards.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
And losing FNG, but it's a trade that Alliance is happy to take. Limp finding the big kill.
Even with 2 deaths, Weaver still staying on the top of the network, working towards that Mithril Hammer. We've seen different builds today on Weaver. This is a Power Treads, Falcon Blade, they have some extra damage, extra mana regen, which is completely fine. Then going into Maelstrom, we saw... Who was it? Nico Baby, actually, who played Weaver 2 times in a row. Both times had like 7-8 minute rushed.
Dire's top tower has some
Maelstrom. Juggernaut getting very close to his Battle Fury. Going to be a 14-minute Battle Fury, not too bad. If they hold the high ground, FNG once again will take the game. Snowball save.
And we'll buy him a bit of time. Old Lemon's got the Rolling Thunder going. They're down onto the river with the snowball, but they can't run from their Sandscan. He does manage to turn the punch off, jump over to the side from Mori with the Remnant. They've only lost FNG. And in return, Vici Gaming, they'll lose PYW as Limp's able to swing onto the high ground, take him down. Poyoyo finds S4. He's going to try and hunt down Hanskin as well. Hanskin doing his best to juke him in the trees, but Poyoyo will find and finish the kill. Second one for Weaver now with a further change. Control onto Limp. He's got no step, no dissimulate for a few seconds.
Poyoyo came in to help, but not on time.
Late, yeah,
a bit too late. I think that roar should have been used on the Pango if they want to follow it up with the possible Juggernaut's ulti. Instead, it went on Mirana, who leaped on the high ground. They did not manage to kill her, I believe. I don't think she died. She did.
She did.
Okay. Limp actually
was able to
finished
get
off the kill, but yep, I think Beastmaster needs to save that roar. Most likely for either Ember Spirit, if they can burst him, or for Pangolier when he's using the Rolling Thunder or pre-Rolling Thunder and just get him from 100 to 0. There's still a lot of damage, coming up from the Beastmaster. The Necro units, a lot of attack speed from Inner Beast.
Radiant's top tower.
Battle Fury done on Nico Baby. That will increase his farming potential.
Dire don't look too scared of Radiant's top tower. Dire are scanning for enemies.
Good scan from the Dire. They know something is up. Holding the high ground.
S4. He's ready to try and start things, but Old Level's even more ready. Comes in with the Rolling Thunder. S4 not going to get a chance to get the roar off at all. As he heads up into the high ground, Vici Gaming's there waiting. And now Poyoyo's ready to try and chase down for more. Nico Baby, he's got no TP for a couple of seconds here. And the cooldown, see if they can save Nico Baby. Nico Baby looks to town, goes in with the omni-slash onto Old 11. So they take down the Pango. Missile heading over the way of Poyoyo. They've got the phone.
So much damage.
Poyoyo, he's not able to make it away. Enough damage to take him out despite his attempts to run with the Shikuchi.
That's problematic, the setup from the Remnant. He's getting very close to the Yule Scepter, so it's going to be much easier to control Weaver. Gyrocopter just using the homing missile, the rocket on Weaver, one of the reasons why Weaver is going for the Lincoln Sphere, and of course against the Beastmaster they don't have too many abilities that can proc it, so good stuff. Handscan, however, farming on a mid lane a bit, trying to farm the Blink Dagger. It's going to be much easier to save. Like, his job is going to be, when he farms that Blink Dagger, to either burst people who they stun, or just save people who are chained into arrow combination. Tusk is such a baller hero. I think Tusk has, like, very high win rate. So far in this tournament, I'll actually check it.
No, I think what you were saying some earlier today, so 70 plus.
66 right now.
66.
That's what Dotabuff says.
That's pretty high for the amount of games that he's been coming out in. Top lane. Vici Gaming catching S4 once again, just sort of trying to push out on his own up top. He's giving space for the rest of his team. I mean, Nico Baby, of course, getting the freedom to farm wherever he wishes. Top Limp. Is he gonna catch Ori?
No, he tried to use the snowball to dodge that stomp. Not on time. Even if they do, I don't think Ori dies there. But yeah, S4 needs to be a bit more careful. He's super farmed, high level, so they are getting a lot of XP and the gold for him. Also, if they want to do something like that, could potentially just smoke behind them, because they need roar. Like, they need roar to be able to control the enemies. Like, whoever they roar is pretty much dead. They could also go Roche. Like, they have Necro, they have Inner Beast with the tag team. That's so much damage. They wanted to go for it, but then kind of like, yeah, maybe we need a Juggernaut, but if Juggernaut runs straight into Roche Pit, they will know something is up.
Yeah. Absolutely, and it's always going to be a bit of a tricky part to farm in, fight in when you have this ET Pango on the other side. Thunder, of course, at the ready. In mid, Ori continues to poke, but always has that ability to get out, playing it safe. Only been caught out the once this game. course, for him as well as Poyoyo, these Lincoln Spheres will be ever so important against pretty much the main way of Alliance's ability to set up this roar from S4. Nullify that, play around it. It's going to be very hard for Alliance to lock them down.
Poyoyo thinking about a different item build. Piranha getting caught.
Alliance, they don't want to chase too much further into the jungle though. Vici Gaming, up with the defense, you're going to have the snowball coming across. And again, it's pretty dead here as Poyoyo's turned up for the little bit of damage needed. They'll clean up the Tusk. They can resume pushing onto the tier 1 in the mid. It's incredibly low, so they'll be able to finish it off here.
10,000 net worth on Juggernaut. He's becoming super strong right now. We'll have that status resistance once he finishes it. Uses a spin. Let's see if there's a follow-up.
And they're going to set up the Remnant there with the Remnant. Oh, the side of fist and his own Remnant. Oh, he's still able to jump out of the side.
Here comes 11.
Comes in, he's onto Nico Baby. Nico Baby's not going to get the chance to Omni-Slash. As Nico Baby's gone, Healing Ward's still out, providing some safety for S4, but it isn't enough with the arrow connecting. They'll punch down S4. DY coming in with the hard hits.
They need that Juggernaut ulti. They need, I think, maybe, I want to see that again, you know. I think they could have potentially killed the Ember Spirit there if they used the Omni-Slash. Maybe he was still spinning. But right now, Vici Gaming, they're inside the pit. A lot of minus armor coming out from the Swarm, coming out from that Pangolier Lucky Shot and Orb of Corrosion. Like, Pangolier is one of the best heroes in the game to take the Roche with, because he's pure perma disarmed. Like, Roshan's not dealing damage.
That's Roche. He's going to go the way of Vici Gaming. Limp not quite able to make the jump in time. Aegis onto Poyoyo. Now Vici there on the high fuel setup onto Haskell straight away to jump the chain. Got the two of them already. This much level from 11. It tears from FNG. Raw comes out from S4. He's got to run. They can't commit onto Ori. They're already down 2 members. Nico Baby is trying to find a target and jump in. Heads on a PA by W with the Blade Fury. Now looking towards Old 11. Does have an Omni-Slash at the ready, but the Rolling Thunder's back out. Old 11 starting to control the Poyoyo's. You know, to finish up S4. Nico Baby,
trying.
he can't press on. He really can't. Old
He's
11
trying his
each
best.
and every bounce, and now he's going to try to hide in the pit. He's got the Blade Fury, but he's got no TP. He'll be able to jump out with the Omni-Slash. He'll pick up the kill on DY, so at least able to take something out of this. But now Poyoyo and Old 11 will chase him down. Can Hanskate keep him safe? Jumping with the snow. Poyoyo has to jump out with a slide of fist from Ori. Catches, finishes off the deal, takes down Nico Baby. Ori also going to find FNG.
There's so much damage coming up from these two heroes. Both heroes have Maelstrom, so a lot of procs in the team fight. They can deal well with the summons coming up from the Beastmaster. Whew. And Nico Baby, he was trying so hard to get that Omni off on the Pangolier, but it was not there.
We'll see on the replay once again. The way that it all kicked off. Excellent start from Ori. And of course, the damage coming out from all
And
three
then
cores,
Rory comes. Rory.
Rory.
Roar on Ori.
What about S-Raw?
I mean, it works, it works. So, yeah, 10k gold lead suddenly for Vici Gaming. Lincoln's here done on Ember Spirit. That's going to help out quite a lot. Hanskin only had 1 point in Snowball. I like Snowball just to lower the cooldown, like the stun duration scales. So I'd prefer if they like max out the Snowball instead of the shards.
Sure. What could you? But just the disable is what they're just missing a bit of now. It's just not long enough to sort of catch Weaver.
Yeah.
Jeff thinks
Radiant's
bottom tower is about to fall. So he's wrong.
Sken's not going to do much more than just hide in the trees. He doesn't want to show his face here mid lane. Hey up. What's him doing there? All right, he wasn't ready for that.
Top tower has some radiant shape.
Limp just losing his life on a little bit of a solo mission down the mid lane.
So he's wrong.
Well, I said it's looking good for Alliance.
Wait, you didn't?
5-10 minutes ago.
Now taking a bit of a turn here.
Yeah, you know, a bit of a caster curse. Juggernaut's level 18, but he's pretty much the damage. Like, he is the damage. They will need this Void Spirit to finish off the Aghanim Scepter to have a bit more control. Weaver with the Aegis. 11 jumping in.
I mean, that was a good attempt there. That Blade Fury was coming to an end. Very close to the ending of that TP. 11 tried his chances. Nico Baby just enough coverage with the Blade Fury to get out in time.
This is one of the problems with the Gyrocopter 5, because like you're not playing aggressively, you didn't get too much out of the lane, and now pretty much it feels like you're playing 4 versus 5. Like you don't really feel the influence coming from the Gyrocopter. S4, like his item progression is not there. He had a good laning stage, they took the tier 1 tower on top, then a couple of deaths really set him back. Now sitting at the middle of the pack, Moran almost has the same amount of farm.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
That's off Cameraman each time. They're just making sure that S4 doesn't get the chance to find these roars. Blame Poyo-Yo. Tower. Bottom. Oh, he's starting to have a bit of a tease here with Nico Baby, but there's a lot of backup. As soon as the rest of Alliance shows their face, Ori immediately out of there. He's going to be even more agile, jumping across the map with the Aghanim's.
It's very hard to kill him right now because he has a Lincoln Sphere, good itemization from BO2 Gaming. They will have a second Lincoln Sphere done on a Weaver in a second, so they cannot roar that target, they cannot set up things with the Yule Scepter into Remnant.
There we go, there's the setup, and there's the counterplay there. Across the combo, using up hold 11. S4 gets the roar, he's been able to get it onto the Pango, will set up for the kill on hold 11, but the stomping of the spinner comes through. Poyo-Yo gets a double. Another fight where despite this time the ability from Alliance to lock down the Pango, just overall they're just too far behind. You know, just taking out the Pango, it's not enough anymore in these team fights. BO2 Gaming's still going to come out on top.
You have so many problems right now because like Ember Spirit and Weaver are pretty much unkillable. Pangolier is also the one who's causing a lot of issues. But yeah, I don't think they have the answer for Weaver and Ember Spirit right now. Not how many wards do they have on the map? Like 1, 2 observer wards from BO2 Gaming. So they see a bit of a triangle. They see anyone who's trying to split push. That's a good ward.
Nico Baby. He's going to get the Blade Fury and the healing ward out. He's trying to TP. He's not going to make it. Not lasting long enough, the Blade Fury. They're able to put the TP to an end with the Yules.
That's like a really long TP. Maybe he was not trying to TP to the base.
Yeah. I think it must have been there, right?
Because it seemed super long. Well, if production is... you know, willing to show to us again, we can do the count. You're doing the math. Whenever we're casting together.
There we go, they're giving it Yellow.
Okay. So let's see where it is. Do you see on the mini-map?
Oh, I didn't actually, this was just after it.
Okay.
Oh. Thanks anyway.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
S4 needs that BKB. He's got to have some sort of way of guaranteeing getting the salts off, with, ideally without dying, so he can still provide that aura for his teammates to beat into the bottom lane. Catch! It's not going to be enough to follow up though. As he's able to survive, Old 11 can now look to turn.
Link ready.
Thunder's out, he's over to FNG. FNG's gone the blink forward over the limb. Takes him out. It's just BO2 Gaming making it look very easy right now.
Juggernaut is their main source of the damage, so if they want to take a fight, they definitely need a Juggernaut. The second hero is pretty much the Beastmaster, the Necro Book, and they also need the lockdown coming out from the Primal Roar. So if someone gets caught, they should just bail, because...
Here we go in the cost.
There we go. What's showing on the minimap?
No, it was TP in the base.
It was TP in the base?
Yeah, it just happened to be being done too close to the end of the Blade Fury.
We have the technology, like we tried. Second try. Third try for us, and we managed to figure it out. We're smart, pretty smart.
We don't miss anything.
No.
We got it all.
Do Radiant want their middle tower to fall?
Next Roche may respawn in 20 seconds.
Dire's top tower
It's being scouted out by the Hawk, but I'm not sure if they can take the fight inside a pit. BO2 Gaming has two of the best heroes to protect the Roche with. You have ET with the Stomp. You have Pangolier who can bounce off many walls near the Roche pit.
Dire's top tower has some Radiant shape profiles.
That's just really solid stuff from BO2 Gaming when it comes to Not letting any of them getting caught off on their own. Seeing each time that Alliance have attempted to make a play, it's never one hero alone. So they won't only have that Aghanims, but definitely much slower than you would have hoped for in this game with the way things have gone over the last 15 minutes. DD Rune as well, ready for Vici Gaming at that next fight.
They don't have any BKB piercing abilities, but I like what Ori is doing, going into Basher on Ember Spirit to have something, you know. If Juggernaut split pushing, like eventually you will get that bash off.
Absolutely.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Right, they've already got, so with the Maelstrom and the Axe and the lead that Ori has, he already does enough in terms of damage and being able to get in and get out.
Look at Dire's bottom tower, Jax.
Do indeed just need to answer that choke problem. The way that Nico Baby's been trying to get the side lanes out. Alliance smoking out. Same to be said here for Vici Gaming around the mid lane.
They also have the gem, so they can get rid of the Hawk. Nice move from Alliance, I love that. You know, they have a ton of damage with the tag team. Beastmaster Aura. Let's see if they know. This could be a disaster. Oh, ET Couriers,
they're already spooked.
Out.
They feel that they can't commit any further for it. Alliance, they've headed out of the pit. Vici Gaming under cover of the Moonlight Shadow.
Time. I think they could have, you know, if you're making this kind of a move, try to force it.
I think you're right. Yeah, it did get down to half HP very quickly. Just a little too scared of what Vici Gaming can bring around the pit. But Ori's going to jump against Silence. The punch up with the uppercut. Ori's in trouble. Doesn't have another remnant out to the side. He's wet. It's BO2 going to start attacking S4. S4 with the BKB turns back. Shot hold 11. He's with a blink. The Rolling Thunder. He's straight on top of Nico Baby. It's Nico Baby again. He doesn't get out a single move. As the Jug's gone. Gyro to fall. Hansken on the run. But PYW leaps into the tree line. They'll keep the vision upon him. As Hansken
he gets the blink out, but 11 finds him immediately. Should be the kill. 3 heroes dead. Could easily transition that into Roche. Roche half HP is being picked out by DY, who had the courier inside the pit, scouting things out. I think it was a huge mistake from Alliance to go outside of the pit. If you're like committing, trying to make something like this happen, you know, just go all in. Exactly.
It does seem that if you don't, sort of scenario is going to be inevitable. Vici Gaming, they just take the fights as they have been doing so for the rest of the second half of the game. They pick up Roche themselves. BO2 with the Aegis good to go. With a 25k gold lead. Vici
that was
Gaming.
A nice rhyme. I don't know if that was on purpose or not, but yeah,
it's a nice name. It's got a good bounce. BO2. Sometimes I lose tracks of how many yo-yos there are. No, keep going. I love it.
Now getting the high ground. Weaver. Like what you can do in this kind of situation is you drop the Lincoln Sphere on the ground or just drop the Lincolns possibly in the backpack so that Lincolns does not get procced. Because you're not dead, like they're not gonna go on you. But
I mean that's a fancy play there, you know, if you do it.
You drop it on the ground, like you get stunned and then they pick it up.
I mean, you don't want to run that risk. I mean, even if that did happen, I think Vici Gaming would probably feel they're still in a pretty confident position.
Arrow.
He's going to dodge it. He's out. Hold 11, he's in. He's got straight over with the Rolling Thunder. S4 will turn with the Raw. FHG getting taken down by BO2. A slide of fist bash onto Nico Baby. Holds him in range of the sleep stun.
Another stun. The arrow snowball save.
It's going to buy some time for Nico Baby to get out of there with the disarm. He turns with the Omni Slash there. It comes out onto them as Vici Gaming are backing off. But the damage is split between them all. Red Fury comes out. But look how low Nico Baby is. BO2 just turns. Takes him down. Nico Baby out of action. As Vici Gaming, they'll move in. They'll clean up more. Triple kill for BO2. And he's not done yet. He's ready to dive in for Hansken. Ori will finish him off. 5 dead. Team wipe. This one's over.
They call it. They know that they have no more business in this game. Great showing from Vici Gaming. Like Alliance, I still feel they could have done much better in this game with the draft they had, but Vici Gaming just a bit too dominant. Like they went for the right item build, 2 Lincoln Spheres. They had no real answer for it.
Yeah, I mean, it just seemed that even though they did have things like the Beast